Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. This is Christy, and this is the recipe of the week: potato beef casserole. Now, I have already browned a pound of ground beef, and I also made cream of chicken soup. If you don't want to make your own cream of chicken soup, then you can buy the canned cream of chicken soup. We just choose to make it ourselves because we have a little more control over the ingredients that is in it if we make it ourselves instead of buying the canned. But if that's what you want to skip that, just buy a can of cream of chicken soup. If you would prefer to make it, I will have the recipe linked in the description so that you know what the recipe is. Or you can also go back to our baked chicken recipe, the very first recipe of the week video, which I'll also link in the description, and it will have the instructions on how to make the cream of chicken soup. But I went ahead and made it so that you don't have to watch it in every video that we use that recipe in. So the original recipe that I have for this, which we've had it for years, called for 4 medium russet potatoes, and what we found was our Walmart and stuff had like really big ones, so we went down to only buying 2. And when I bought these, I wasn't thinking about it, and I bought 2 because I'm so used to only buying 2. But this is really like a real medium size to me, and so it may not be quite as many potatoes as I should have gotten, but we'll see what it looks like when we put it in the dish. Almost done. And then we're just gonna take the bowl and we're gonna mix all the ingredients. And then we're gonna put it in the oven, and you're gonna find it's super simple, considering most of the work is done with the oven. Okay. Now, on to the ingredients. Let me make sure I've got that in the seam. Nope. I have no idea if you saw me cutting the potatoes or not. Don't know how to cut potatoes. Okay. We've got our potatoes. Then we got ground beef, cream of chicken soup. You don't have to heat that if you're using canned cream of chicken soup. You can just open the can and put it in. Okay, so I got that. And you need a 10.5 ounce can of vegetable beef soup. Unfortunately, the last couple of times we tried to find it, this was the only size that was available. Oops, that's an 18 ounce, but we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna put the whole can in there. No biggie. We also will have a 1/2 teaspoon is what it calls for, but if you follow any of my recipes, you know that I go less than the measurement calls for, see? So that I'm cutting down the sodium a little bit. Now, just gonna take the bowl, I'm gonna mix it together. Probably should have used a spoon. For some reason, I thought the tongs would be better. Okay. And got that. So you're gonna mix it together like that. You take your 9 by 13 dish and you use some cooking spray. We just put olive oil in a misto so that we don't have to buy canned cooking spray. But that's what you either use canned cooking spray or you put olive oil in there or something like that, and you spread it around to grease it a little bit. And then you're gonna take your mixture and you put it in the dish. You're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for, the recipe calls for 1.5 hours, but I don't think we ever felt like an hour. We felt like an hour and a half was too long. And we used to cover this with aluminum foil. That is what the recipe calls for, to cover it with aluminum foil. However, we have made some strides in using, becoming a little more zero waste. We're not there. Don't get upset with us if you look at it and go, you can't be zero waste. We're not zero waste. We just done some things that kind of is lower waste and costs less money than wasting the wasteful stuff. So, but if you don't have what I'm about to show you, you cover it with aluminum foil. Okay, we bought this, and I can link it down in the description what it is if anyone's interested in it. I do not have affiliate links at this time, so I won't get anything if you click on it. It's just something that if you're interested in it, you're welcome to check that link out. But this is what it does, and it's because it's silicone, it's oven safe, so you can do like that, and it won't come off. And it steams it faster than aluminum foil does because the seal is tighter. So if you have this thing, you're not going to want to go any longer than an hour. But if you have aluminum foil, it may be more like an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the oven and we'll show you the finished product when it's done. You're gonna want to make sure that you don't touch the lid cover with your bare hands. It is hot.
I mean, we know what this tastes like, so.
Yeah, I know. Figured you would be doing the checking to just make sure the potatoes were soft and stuff, that it's done.
Yeah, that's pretty hot and good. That's all today for the Long Run Joel and Christy. Don't forget to hit one of those videos that's floating around my head. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for updates from us. And
also be sure to watch for our grocery hauls so that you can vote for the very next recipe of the week. And if you decide to try this recipe, be sure to tag us on Instagram at The Long Run with Joel and Christy, so that we can see how it turned out for you.
Excellent. So for The Long Run with Joel and Christy, I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.